The Walnut Creek Extension District, a division of K-State Research and Extension, covering Rush, Ness, and Lane counties. Here's Insight with Extension.
Fall harvest was mostly good. Crop yields were strong, mostly dry conditions, everything was standing, etc. But if you were swathing and baling forages, it was way more challenging. Ergot presence for one, getting windrows to dry down was another. If those two factors affected your fall haying, I want to call your attention to subsequent issues to watch for. Ergots and forage sorghums do not have toxins like we know to be present in fescue. The honeydew we saw initially in forages, both Milo and Sedan, is not as bad as anticipated. Some combines and swathers would argue that, but they made it through. But due to the sap, along with very tall feed that dried slowly, we can have microtoxins, which largely arise from molds. So far, the preliminary or SNAP tests have been negative, but producers need to be aware of potential pitfalls. If the hay was obviously affected with ergots, if you have round bales that aren't very round anymore, and that's not a dig against the color of your baler, it's an indication that the density is soft or the feed is damp, and both are known to grow mold. Mold in feed is nothing new. Anyone that's baled feed or alfalfa for any length of time has seen some somewhere. But this year, with the value of bred cows and the potential for mold toxicity, test, don't guess. I wish there was a more scientific way to determine the need for testing, but you really won't know until you unroll, grind up, or feed the first one. If you see mold, we need to start testing. Yes, we can test as a precaution, and usually we promote that in terms of nitrates, but this is more unique. Not all molds are toxic, and even the toxic ones vary greatly in terms of lethal doses, so dilution is still going to help. Many times, cows will sort out what they don't want, but if you have cows in a dry lot that are only eating what is provided in bunks or feeders, then testing is even more important. The Walnut Creek District offices have mailers for Dairyland Labs, which is where our more regional labs send those samples to. Testing for molds will follow the same protocols with core samplers and sampling, but a different endpoint. The results of these tests are not easy to decipher, and tolerances are also difficult to pinpoint. If mold is present and options are limited, dilution will help. Do not feed it to the pregnant cows, but enroll or feed free choice to the replacements, pairs, or bulls. This is a very brief synopsis of general nutrition as it pertains to mold. So if you have additional questions, give the extension offices in Lane, Ness, or Rush a call, text, or email. You can also find us on Facebook or online with any search engine.
Insight with Extension on Thunder Country 93.5.